Hello there. Welcome to our other episode. This is Caro, your health coach, and this is our platform where we talk about natural resources and how we can use them to maximize our health. Today we are talking about menopause, and I would want to engage our thoughts on menopause. I know the first thing that comes to our mind when we hear the menopause. I know the first thing that comes to our mind when we hear the word menopause is old age, tired. There are people who tell me angry woman. There are people who will tell me a woman who doesn't have sexual desire. Well, we are here to answer these questions. We are here to explore and use the simplest language, layman's language, to understand what is this monster called menopause. So I would want to help us first understand, when we talk about menopause, what exactly do we mean? In simple terms, this is a time of the lifespan of a woman when naturally or due to other artificial causes, she stops reproducing. Remember, a woman is born with all her ovaries. Someone will call them the eggs. If that is the language you'll understand, that's okay. A woman is born with all her ovaries, and they are stored in the ovaries. Our ovaries are two, both sides, the right and the left side. God, in his own creative ways, he decided that this is where he's going to store the ovaries, and so that when the time the ova is ready, when we call it ovulation, it will come out, and then it will meet a sperm, and then we will have fertilization on our fallopian tube, and then that is when we say that a baby has been formed, a fetus. So when we are talking about menopause, we are talking about a time in a woman's life when this egg production, when this release of the egg every month stops. For someone who would be asking, does a woman release an egg every month? Yes. Do this egg come from one ovary? No. Sometimes it can come from your right or your left ovary, or both. And I'll not go into details about how fertilization comes in until when we will be talking about infertility. Remember to subscribe to our channel so that you do not miss out on every topic that we'll be discussing, because I assure you very soon we'll be talking about fertility and infertility, and that is where we'll go into details in terms of fertilization. Let's go back. So we have said that menopause is a natural cause. It's a natural phenomenon. And previously we used to say it's for women above 40. We can change that. That has changed because of different reasons. I know you have seen that even the time that a woman starts her periods have changed. Previously, like for example, my personal example, I started my periods at 16. I don't know how many years you were, if you're a woman who is watching, when you started your periods. But my daughter has started her periods a bit early because of several reasons. One, our diet has changed. Our food products, they have extra chemicals as opposed to our grandmothers and our mothers, and environmental factors, and also even the development of a child is changing. That same way is the same way that menopause age has changed. So we are no longer saying that menopause occurs at 40 or above 40, because there are women who will experience menopause even as early as 35. There are others who will experience because of unnatural sources, natural causes, like, for example, if someone has an ovarian problem, it has a name. It's called premature menopause, where the ovary suddenly just stops releasing the egg. It could be caused by different medical conditions or biological conditions. Maybe, for example, if a woman was born with a condition called Mullerian agenesis, if a woman was born with 2 or half or double or with no reproductive system, that's a condition we can say that that woman has undergone through menopause. Another example of how someone can go through menopause before the natural way, like the one that we're saying, it is, we call it, it is caused by artificial or circumstances that will make the ovary stop releasing the eggs. Like, for example, when I was 27, I was diagnosed with cervical cancer. It was in the early stages, and so when we sat down with my doctor, we agreed to do a surgery called hysterectomy. So I underwent through laparoscopy, total hysterectomy. That means that my body at 27 was introduced, I went into premature menopause. So that is something that can, contribute, that can cause someone to go through menopause before 40 or just before, in the most not natural ways. But for a woman who is going through menopause in the most natural ways, some will even experience as earlier than 40, some will experience later. Some, I know quite a number who've experienced menopause at 60 and above. But our bodies have, I keep telling people when I teach about nature and health and all these things, our bodies are the most, our bodies have perfected the art of communication. So our bodies communicate to us if only we can sit and listen. So menopause does not happen when a woman stops her periods. Please note that menopause does not happen when a woman stops her periods. Instead, menopause has 3 different stages. There is the perimenopausal, like premenopausal. This is when the body is slowly preparing. When the ovary will release the egg this month, maybe forget the next 3, 5, 10 months, then, like slowly the body is preparing and saying, menopause is just about to happen. Then we have the menopause itself, when now a woman will experience, the bleeding will stop, they will experience some of the symptoms that we will look at right now in the next few minutes, and then this woman will suddenly not have her menstruation period. And we say that a woman has successfully undergone menopause when she has not received her menstrual periods consistently for a period of 12 months. Consistently for a period of 12 months. Why do I say that? Because there's someone who is watching and she's telling me, but Carol, I've had my periods this month, they have disappeared for 6 months, then they come back. Have I gone through menopause? You are going through the process, but you are not yet fully in the process of menopause. And that is why it keeps going, coming, then going. Sometimes you can experience even menstrual cramps that you never used to experience when you were younger. You can experience some symptoms that we will look at. Then the last stage of menopause is now the post-menopause. The bleeding has stopped. The body is now trying to adjust with this new lifestyle. Because remember, your body was used to releasing an ova every month, and it had things that it used to do every month. And then all of a sudden, it's gone. So the post-menopausal is like literally the body is trying to catch up with what is happening. And so women will experience different things and at different stages. We have said there are 3 stages of menopause. The perimenopausal, there is menopause, and then there is post-menopause. The peri is not as intensive because remember, it's the body which is telling you, prepare, I'm coming. So what are some of the symptoms that you experience in the 3 different stages of menopause? The beginning of the menopause, some women will tell you, I don't understand what is happening to me, but I get so irritated. And one moment I'm happy, the next minute I'm not happy, the next minute I'm angry, the next minute I don't want to talk to anyone, the next minute I want to talk to everyone. Like mood swings, like they cannot even predict what will happen next. I will explain to you in simplest language. Remember, during your entire life, your ovaries were releasing estrogen and progesterone hormones. these are the hormones that were making sure we are ready for conception. Conception has happened. We are keeping like literally there's us every now and then there's this hormone happening here and there. And now the perimenopausal comes in and says, let's slow down and let's prepare, because very soon we'll not have any more of us to produce, to release every month. So there's a confusion. I'll not call it a confusion, like these hormones are trying to work together to bring the menopause to happen. Yet these are hormones that have been released since you became a woman. So the hormonal imbalance is the one that causes all this discomfort, the mood swings, the irritation. At the same time, when the menopause is coming, or when it is there, the estrogen level, the estrogen is the hormone that is the feminine hormone, it tends to keep going down. That explains why when your estrogen level is down, not every woman, but some women will tell me that during menopause I will experience vaginal dryness. Some women will experience hair loss, from eyebrows to hairline loss. Some women will tell you, I no longer find sex interesting. The estrogen levels are literally down. At the same time, your body is trying to process all this that is happening, so it's not able to absorb most of the nutrients. And one of the major nutrients that we need during menopause is magnesium. Magnesium is one of the minerals that help us relax and calm down, help the muscles relax, and have, just relax. So some women will tell me, Carol, I am having backaches, I'm having joint pains, I don't know, muscle pains, I don't know what is happening, because your body is not able to process calcium properly, because remember, calcium is stored in your bones, and your bones are telling you, please give us some more calcium. Remember, you are irritated, you are angry, you are all these things because you have lower magnesium. Some women will experience blood pressure, high blood pressure, or some low blood pressure. So they will, I've met quite a number who are even being treated for hypertension, whereas it just needed to be checked, and then they be helped how to understand, how do I manage this blood pressure? How do I manage it naturally, so that I don't engage so much in so many medication that will cause me more harm? So all this happens because it's actually, yes, I call it a tug of war. It's a tug of war between what has been happening all your life and what is just about to stop happening, and you get to the next level. So now you understand why menopause comes with all these symptoms. So now this is perimenopausal for some women, and sometimes even the menopause stage itself. Some others will experience hot flashes, others will experience cold flashes. I know many of my sisters, my aunties, my mom. I am privileged, actually, my viewer, to have gone through menopause before my mom and before my auntie. So when they were going through the menopause, I walked them through. And most of the experience that I got as Carol, your health coach, I got firsthand from my very close, the women who are very close to me. And I've been able to see a diverse number of women go through this menopause. So I've seen as many symptoms as possible. So you could be out there and saying, I'm going through menopause, but I've never had these hot flashes that everyone talks about. I'll tell you, you could also be having cold flashes. There's a lady who called me the other day and said, Carol, I don't know what is happening. I've been to all the hospitals. I think I have arthritis. I asked her, why do you think so? She told me, because my feet are so cold, my hands are so cold, then this happens, and then the next minute they are so hot. I don't know what is happening. We have checked every disease and we can't find it. I think I'm dying. So these are some of the things that I listened to. And then you ask this woman, how old are you? What else is happening in your life? And so when you hear such things, you know, this woman is experiencing the cold flashes. There's another one who called me. The things that Carol, your health coach, listens to every once in a while. There's a lady friend of mine who called me and told me, Carol, I have no idea what has happened to me. Something just came in. It was so hot. just wanted to faint. And then in a matter of seconds, it was gone and I was feeling cold. So for you who is wondering how cold hot flashes and cold flashes are, there's something like that. I have personally gone through this because of the hormonal changes that I went through after hysterectomy. And I'll tell you, it's nothing, it's not as simple. There's a day I remember I was in a matatu from Thika to Nairobi. And then I got the hot flashes and they came, they just, poof, they just come in like, poof. It's just like, it's a strong thing that just beats you. And then I was sweating and I was like, oh my God, oh my God. So by the time I'm getting to Nairobi, my top was completely wet with sweat. And Nairobi was very cold and I didn't have a sweater. So when I alighted from the matatu, I got now the cold flash and I was, so now imagine how awkward it looked when I actually literally had to sit in the shop that, like where I alighted the matatu. I was like, I found a lady, I told her, please allow me to sit here. And so now because the heat has now turned to the cold, that's just an example of how it goes. That is the same way with mood swings. One day you will wake up. Have you ever met these women? And I know you know them because I know them. One day she's so angry, anything on the way it will be hit. And I think our mothers are more victims of that. They used to hit anything and everyone, a cow, a cat, a dog, anything. And then they'll call you names and then they'll do all these things. And then the next minute they're thinking, what did I just do? So these are some of the things that you experience. And now to go into the other hidden symptoms of menopause, other than the ones that we've just talked about that are general, there are women who experience insomnia. Insomnia is where you don't have quality sleep. You're not able to sleep at night or at any one time. There are women who will experience hair loss. And they keep telling me, I don't know what happened to my hairline, and it just happened. Remember that your body is slow. Just like your age is going, your body is also slow in consuming in all the systems that it was experiencing. Okay, so some will experience insomnia, others will sleep too much, others will have the hairline, the hair growth, and then some others will build muscles. Because as estrogen is going down, they start getting testosterone, and the body gets, not start getting, because remember everyone has testosterone, but in smaller quantities. Now the testosterone goes high, and the estrogen is confused. And then today it's high, tomorrow it's not, and it's really confusing. So there are some women who actually get muscles. Of course, we've talked about their sexual experience. Most women, not everyone, will experience either low libido, very low libido, or if you're lucky, it will be on the other side, very high libido. There are some who will experience sexual dryness and such things. So these are the symptoms that we experience during menopause. I know you might be asking, what are the causes of menopause? And we just said there are only two. The natural cause, which is that is how we were created, that at certain point a woman will stop having her periods. The second cause is now the premature menopause, when either it was biological, medical condition, surgery, or such things. Those are the only causes. So now you, our viewer who is wondering, I am going through this phase. How do I reduce these symptoms? How do I mean that I have to go through all this? And there are some women who are even admitted in hospital because the symptoms are very intense. Some will get sick, the nausea, they'll get morning sickness, they'll get, the fatigue is not ending. Some women get it rough. So what are some of the simple things that you can do in your house or with your body or with your mind so that you can be able to reduce some of these symptoms? Because remember, if you do not take care of yourself, you might experience extreme causes of stress, symptoms of stress. Some women fall into depression actually. So let us look at some of the things you can do. First of all is acknowledge Know what is happening in your body. Understand, listen to that body. Know, Carol, I go through this. I feel like this. I look at this. This is how I see things. When you understand, when you acknowledge and understand what is happening in your body, you'll be able to handle it. Let me remind you to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that we can keep growing and so that we can keep alerting you whenever we have these topics. It is always an honor whenever you join us. And remember that every Friday we have Zoom sessions where we talk about different topics. And the Zoom sessions are free, but you have to get the login details from either our YouTube channel, our Facebook, Carol Your Health Coach, our Instagram, Carol Your Health Coach, or on WhatsApp, you can reach us and then we'll be able to give you the login details. So it was just a reminder. Let's go back to what are some of the things that you can do. First of all, you need to watch your diet. Watch your diet, because as we said, your systems are slowing down. Just like your ovaries are slowing down, your systems are slowing down. So if you're feeding your system with processed foods and processed sugars and fats and all these things, your body will not be able to process. Just engage as much as possible with leafy vegetables, because one of the other symptoms that I forgot, one of the other symptoms of menopause that I forgot that is very prominent is stomach problems, irritable bowel syndrome, or bloating, or you're always having digestive gut issues. Okay, so that is one of the other symptoms. So watch your diet, have a clear gut. How do you clear your gut? Drinking enough water. I think on every episode I have to insist on drinking enough water. Water intake is very important. It is very important for your body. So you drink enough water, you give your body time to digest whatever it is that you have eaten. Don't overeat. Once in a while, do your fasting and just let the gut clear. You can do a colon cleanse. Someday, sometime on this station, on this YouTube channel, we will talk about colon cleanse and the advantages or the disadvantages of a colon cleanse. So when you watch your diet, engage in physical activity. Engage in physical activity. Sweat. Allow your body to get tired. So that even that fatigue that you're feeling that is fake, you can get the original fatigue and you'll be able to sleep. For anyone experiencing insomnia, physical activity will help you. Physical activity will help you balance your blood pressure, it will help balance your hormones, and it will help keep you safe. Okay? So watch your diet, physical activity. Number 3, you can help your body with some of these minerals that we've talked about that it doesn't know how to process. How? You can help your body with magnesium. And how you help your body with magnesium is a foot bath, or when you soak your body in magnesium sulfate, a salt called Epsom salt. I know very soon we are having an illustration of how to do a foot bath. And when you get used to Epsom salt, your magnesium levels will be high and you will always be feeling a bit relaxed, as opposed to being very irritated and the mood swings. And also you'll be able to sleep well. You can also, intake of dark chocolate. When I talk about dark chocolate, I'm not talking about the chocolate in our shelves. I'm saying you look for the original dark chocolate, the one that you just eat one bite and you can feel it's heavy and then it's not so sugary. Most of the chocolates on our shelves, they have added sugars and they're not very good for your health. So you can look for the original dark chocolate. It's rich in magnesium and it will help your body. It will help you relax. You can also feed your body with calcium. We have said that your calcium levels during menopause or after menopause, as you age, your calcium levels get down. Where do you get your calcium from? You can get from cassava. Okay. You can get from dandelion. You can get from milk, though I'm very hesitant to talk about the milk, because as you grow old, your body is not able to fully process the lactose in the dairy product. But we'll talk about that. But it's not bad. It's not dangerous to take milk. But in good quantities. Don't overdo it. So feed your body with calcium. And then the fourth thing that you need to do when you're going through menopause to manage this whole thing is watch your mental state. How is your mental state? Are you allowing stress to chew you up? Are you able to manage your mental stress? For me, what I do is I get time with my girls who will talk about sensible things, and we go for a spa treat, we do a spa date, can do a hike, we do a run, we do a swim or something. How is your circle? How is your circle is? You can also do these things by yourself. You can take a vacation. Just look for ways and means of trying to release this stress. For anyone experiencing sexual dryness, vaginal dryness during sex, it's painful. It gets bad. But again, you don't want to lose your partner. So I would encourage you. Maybe you can use natural lubricants like coconut oil. The massage oil that is not perfumed, and then it will make it a bit easier for you. But we will have a conversation on how then do we get over this vaginal dryness. So these are some of the things that you can be able to do, and I know we'll expound more on this on our Zoom session. So keep tuned. Go to my Facebook page, Carol Your Health Coach, like, share, follow, or all those things, and then you will get as much information as possible. Remember to subscribe to our channel so that we can keep growing and keep learning much more on this platform where Carol, your health coach, is able to help us dissect and be able to inseminate this information in small doses and in the most simple and most uncomplicated language out here. Thank you so much for joining us today, and this is all we had for today. So I'm looking forward to having you next week as we do another topic of interest. Remember, you can suggest to us, what topic do you want Carol, your health coach, to teach you? What topic would you want us to discuss? On our comment section, ask as many questions as possible. Thank you so much to all of you who have been reaching out to me, who have been sending SMSs on WhatsApp and our email. So as I wind up, I remind you, you can reach me on 0711 621563. 0711 621563. I am Carol, your health coach, on all the social media platforms, and I'm happy to interact with you. Thank you for your time, and I hope and I pray that this topic has spoken to someone. If it did, share with your friends. Till next time, goodbye.